Hi, everybody. My name is Edith, and welcome to my Gen AI lab, where we're trying to kind of analyze the profitability of small businesses, so small coffee shops. So the main insight is to understand the components of an income statement and kind of interpret business performances. The question is, what is the profitability of each business in our data sets based on its income statement? So what we're going to start with is just starting a new chat before we even upload our data. So we've done that. That's great. So we're going to upload our GenAI 87242 lab data Excel file. With this, we could also, whilst we've attached it, we could do read the data set and display the first 5 rows. Display the first 5 rows. That would just be very quick. We can see what the first 5 rows are of our data set. Make sure everything makes sense. It does. And so the next thing is to kind of tell it to extract only some of these columns that we're going to be using in our analysis. So extract only these columns. So we are going to be extracting the company because we need to know what company's financial statement lines those are, cost of goods sold. Okay, it's pretty tricky. Operating expenses, interest expense. Make sure everything is spelled right. And taxes for the whole data set. So extract only these columns. Company, revenue, cost of goods sold, operating expenses, interest expense, taxes for the whole data set. Okay, that looks good. Okay, so it should end with pour versus pour over pour over pros. Pardon my English. And then we're going to the next prompt is to add a new column. Gross profit, which is basically revenue minus cost of goods sold. I just realized the cost of goods sold. That makes sense. So we're going to do that. I didn't mean to do that. So we're going to add a new column. Gross profit, which makes sense. It's doing it for every coffee shop. Then we're just going to add a column operating income underscore income, which is gross profit minus operating expenses, which makes sense. So we're doing that. So that also makes sense. We're going to add another column, which is earnings before taxes. So add a column, EBT, which is operating income, which we just calculated, minus interest expense, the rest expense. So add a column, EBT, sorry, operating income minus interest expense. So that makes sense. We're gonna have everything onto pour over pros, 81.8. And then we're going to have it display. Oh, we're gonna add a new column. Getting ahead of myself. Add a new column, net income. This is what we need from our analysis, which is the EBT that we just did, minus the taxes column to give us the net income. And then what we're going to want it to do is we want it to display the results in a formatted income statement for each company showing the revenue, the cost of goods sold, gross profit, operating expense. So everything that originally was on there with some new stuff, operating income, interest expense, and then taxes, and then the net income. Let me make sure everything is right. So revenue, cost of goods sold, gross profit, operating expense, operating income, interest expense, taxes, and net income. We're good to send. It should give us each table, each coffee business with its formatted income statement, simplified income statement. So we're gonna go until we see pour over pro, which is good. Then what we're gonna want it to do is we're gonna want it to identify the top three most profitable companies and the bottom three least profitable. Make sure profitable spelled right. And then we're going to do that. So that's Caffeine Fix, Roast & Co., and Morning Mug. Bean Barn, Corner Cup, and Cup and Kettles, or the kettle, sorry, are the bottom three least profitable. So what we're going to do is just have it provide to us. So provide a bar chart of net income for all companies. Very simple. It's going to give us a bar chart that we're just going to save as an image. Yes. So it's going to give us a bar chart that we can save as an image. Okay, so this should probably have, so we're gonna go here, save image as, and then have that as our net income by profitability. Ability. And then that's it. We have another prompt, which is to write a 50-word executive summary. Which companies have the highest and lowest profitability, and why, basically? Profitability and what might explain those results. So we're gonna have that. We're gonna have that chart into the lab instructions, renamed solutions, attached with submission 1. Then we're gonna have this short summary of what we've just done, showing the Caffeine Fix, Roscoe, and Morning Mug are the profitability due to high revenues as well as low cost. In contrast, Corner Cup, Cup and Kettle, and Bean Barn report the lowest net income due to lower sales volume and limited scale because they're smaller in terms of their revenue capabilities. And so therefore, we just need to copy this into our lab instructions, and that should be it. Thank you for listening to my lab. I hope you kind of took something away from this.